Hi, welcome to this third tutorial for the workshop 3D printing. I'll be going in a lot more depth, and this time around it'll be a bit longer tutorial than the last two, and I'll be showing you how to make your own vase and how to make your own 3D printable thingy you can hang on your on the wall, so you can put things on it. It's a hook. I'll start with the hook. I didn't tell you about I'm in 123D design. You can change the view of the stuff you're working on, and as you can see, you can just change it. I want to have the top view for my work at the moment, so I pressed top, and then I can draw my sketch. I use a polyline. You can also have different types of, you can have a spline, but I'm going to use a polyline. And just press the grid first where you want the polyline to appear. I want to have it on this grid. When I pressed it, I can click to specify the first point. I do that and I start drawing. As you can see, it gives me the measurement of the line I'm putting in there and the angle as opposed to where it was before. So just to give you a clue as to what I'm trying to do, I'm going to draw out the shape, because once you see it, you'll understand why I'm doing this. It's like that, and it needs to go there and there. It is just a rough shape of something you could think of. The measurements are off completely, but that doesn't matter for the example. So I drew this shape. In 3D modeling, this is something you really do a lot. You just draw something in 2D and then you extrude it from there. So in this case, I can, let me just orbit around it, zoom out, so now I can orbit, there you go. This can be a shelf here. It should fit in here, and then you can hang your coat on there. So it's going to be it's called a hook. And if I want to extrude it, I can just press it and extrude it like that. So it has some, it has some thickness, right? So this, if you want to change the diameter of this piece here where the shelf would be, then you can also measure the shelf thickness at home and then just make this the proper width for the shelf to fit, and then you can go wild on this end. You can hang your coat on this hook hanger. Then let's call it the hook hanger. Okay, something else I want to show you is not only this can you build with 123D design very quickly, you can also start doing this kind of stuff. Let's have just a normal circle. Bam. Okay, I put it on the grid. I'm selecting it and then Control C, Control V to copy paste it. On a Mac it's Command C, Command V. Okay, just to have it this out of our way, I'm going to have it, wait a minute, I'm going to, okay, escape, then you, outside of any operational mode, I want to hide it from view. Here, hide. Okay, and then you see this piece here, you don't need that, that's the sketch. You can just select it and delete it. So if I want to unhide that stuff, I can always go to show. There it is. And now hide. So I want to focus on this part because this is one of the nice things of creating stuff inside 123D design. I'm going to give you two ways to build. One way to build a pipe, and the other one is to build a vase, And in order to do that, I just have this, okay, and it renders the shadow. But okay, what did I do? Control C, Control V, and I can put it there. and then Control C, Control V. I can put it there. Why am I doing that? I'm copying these circles. I want to make a very easy vase, and the vase will be shown as soon as I do this operation. First I need to scale it, the middle one. I need to scale it a bit like that. There we go. Now I can select the face here with one click and then shift select this one. And now I get the contextual menu here. What can I do with these two circles? I can do all this. But I want to do is loft. Click. So now it makes this face here, and it connects to this one here. You can go on like that, shift, click this one, shift, click, and then again do a loft. Here we go. This is something you can do very easily. You can also go back and just click all three of them and then click loft. Poof. Now it gives this shape. So that would be actually a much better shape for a little vase like that. Okay, a vase, if I press, you see it's closed. It's not a vase yet, but if I select it as a shape and I would go to operations and then shell, poof, it would, in theory, this would work. I think I need to make it a combine. No. It should work. Shell thickness inside to direction inside. This we need to remove. There we go. We need to remove, and then we can shell it, give the thickness. Okay, do we get all that? Again, undo. So you need to go to modify shell, shortcut J. So just select, and it gives you a cue on what to do, a clue and a cue. Select the faces of a solid to remove. So I'm going to remove this face, and then I can adjust the thickness of the shell. So here we go. Now we have a complete vase. Yes, sirree. Okay, let's see how we can now show all the meshes again. Here we have the two parts. Right. Let's put this. Let me give you another thing you can use to easily create geometry. So we put a circle in there. Poof. We're gonna rotate the circle. Let's just rotate it. Rotate the circle 90 degrees, like that. Yes. And then I'm gonna choose the top view. Hey, it's not. Oh, top. We're gonna create a spline. So click the grid, because I want the spline to start on the grid, and then I'm going to splines. You can control like this. You can give the next point, and then you can bend. This is typical for spline technology. So these are not straight lines, these are curved lines. Okay, click in the green box here to exit it. And now we can click this, and then we can click the, also no, okay, just we need to put it like that. A sweep. Yes. Profile. So we click here, construct, and then sweep. So we click it gives me a cue here, profile. I want this profile to be swept across this path. Bam! There we have it. And it gives you in red what it will do if you press outside the object or press enter. I'm going to press enter. You can change these properties as well. You can change this one here. You can do stuff with this around how long, about what length. Oh, actually, it's not doing the right thing because it's marked red here. It's because this object here, it bumps there and it doesn't do that then. So, okay, just press enter. And here you have, so select this shape here and delete it. Select this shape here and delete it. So now we have, let me see, on any objects here. No, scale. I don't want to scale. I want to move. So let me just see. That's what I thought. So, okay, just delete all this construction stuff. And also this one here, did I don't know. Oh, that's okay. And then this one here, move it, move it, move it, move it. Yes, it's okay. So we've got three things. This is not really useful, but I just wanted to show you how you can do this very easily in 123D design. Actually, as an exercise, it would be very nice if you would have a curve on this mesh, so we'd have something to hold this vase with. So depending upon the time you have available, I suggest you try and get a handle on this vase using this technique. It's not very difficult, but it's a nice it's a nice assignment to try and see how well you're doing at the 123D design. If you don't want to, it's okay. It's just a nice exercise. So get a handle on this vase using this technique. All right, let's go to the actual 3D printing part. So press 3D print. Oh, Mesh Mixer crashed. Okay, let's do that again. Oh, I pressed it 2 times. So you have to wait a bit before it'll work properly. Okay, model repaired. It did an auto repair for printing this. And now you can choose add support. As you can see, I'm way outside my volume here to do something with it, but that's okay. You can select the different objects here and add. You can do different things to it, but that's in theory you would just have to see add supports to add the supports for all this material. And this one, okay, this is outside the print volume, is disregarded. And let me just add supports for this. Okay, so we have to select the items first and then add supports. Okay, this one and this one. I'm wondering what that will do, because there's a huge overhang here. I wonder what it will do, because it's too big. Probably it'll say, look at all the overhang and the support here. So these are all the support it's generated. So this is much better support than the support that most printers automatically generate. So also the amount of material that goes in here is a lot less than normal support material from a printer. So it makes sense to use Mesh Mixer in order to also generate the support material. You can then easily break it off. So you can then export it, the whole model, as test export. I'm going to show you how that is done then. Test export STL. All right. You can also, okay, it's exporting. Hopefully it's not crashing. No, it's not crashing. Hey, okay, let's go to modify. So you lose all that stuff you just did, but I did an export. I can import that now. STL, I want to replace it. I can import the just exported test export. Which one was it? That's okay. let's just do that again. Okay, 3D print. Sometimes it's even for me, it's looking, it's still a tool I'm finding new stuff in. Anyway, I just want to, I just did an export, but that exported file you can import again and then you can modify it. But now you can, it asks you to exit the 3D view, that's okay. And now you have this, okay, you have all these things. Okay, I want to tell you more about Mesh Mixer. So suppose this is something you scanned and you want to clean it up. Okay, so you have here the object browser, STL, STL, STL. You can select it, but you can also disable it from view like that. So if you only want to work on this object, you can disable it from view the other ones. All right. So let's just see what we can do with this. Okay, let's go to Sculpt, because Sculpt is also a tool you'll use a lot. No, let's make it a bit more fun. Let's go to Mesh Mixer and then go to Primitives, and we go to Heads. Let's put a human head on there. Yay. Okay. Let's make it a snake. Why not? So this head. Okay. Come on. Okay, let's make it a human snake thingy. Okay, that's supposed to, maybe that's cool. So let's rotate it and let's put it into place. Rotate it and then let's zoop, scale it up. So it's a modern version of, I don't know, what's it called? The Serpent of Egypt. Right. You can press this little circle here and you have additional options. You can rotate it like that. Put it a little bit off center and then you can pivot the whole head like that. Isn't this great, this tool? Okay, once you're done with doing that, you can press accept. Right. So now we have this little head here. You can see here, there's some arrows here. This doesn't look good. So what we can do is sculpt this. So we can go to sculpt and then brushes and just try, what can we do? I'm going to show you a brush, the drag brush, what it does. If you drag, it's like I'm doing here. So shift middle mouse button, drag, right mouse button, rotate, and you can go to the other side. So there we go. So I fixed it using yeah, sort of a brush. You can also these brushes, you can also change the type of brush, inflate. So I want to inflate this, I can just keep my mouse pressed and it's like you're inflating something. And there are different types of brushes. I suggest you experiment with them because it's very cool. The refine brush is something else I want to show you. So just press this plus button here, click. And what it does here, if you, I'm gonna put it more into view. I want to have something on the top of his head. If I press W, you can see all the triangles this this head has in order to yeah, this is, it's made out of all these triangles. And I want to size my brush a little smaller. I want to make a something nice here, but if I would select it, no, now I'm doing the thing itself. If I want to have more triangles here, I can use the refine brush. It's plus, so I can just brush here, and it doesn't really do anything about the way it's done here, but it just adds a lot more triangles, so you can do more stuff with it. So now, if I would drag, now let's inflate. Inflate. Let's do this. It has a little So it has a lot more definition to it here. So now it's yeah, you can add or subtract triangles as well. So you can go to brushes and then minus, so reduce. So you can reduce the amount of, here you go. So you can reduce the amount of triangles. So now it's at minimal. Okay, so this is how you can add definition to your sculpture or your thingy. So I got one more thing to do, and that's let's do, okay, edit. Let's do a plane cut, something you'll use a lot because it's very handy to have. Suppose I only want this upper part and not this lower part. I only want this upper part, and it asks me to what is it? A cut, a slice. So slice will just give me two separate objects, but a cut is what I want. So it gives me a representation of what is left, and that's here. So I can just press accept. So now I've got this. These things I don't. Yeah, I can just throw away using these. This delete. If you want to print them, you shouldn't delete them, of course. But now I only have this one, and I can go to analysis and I can layout packing. So put it there, and what I see here is, yeah, of course, it needs support in order to be usable in the end, but this can be printed. So I can just accept. I can go to, let's see, the shader as well. I can make it gold looking. And I can go to here, overhangs. Here we go. These are the problem areas it found for overhangs. These are all non-printable by our printer, so it needs overhangs. You can generate it from here. Generate support. Here we go. This is done. So now we have the support as well. And you can see the different face groups as well. So last thing I'm going to explain to you is you can press select and then double click on the head, and it'll only select all the stuff that has this face group. And if you only want to, I can clear the selection. If you only want to select this, select, you can double click this because it's in this face group, the gold face group. There we go. You only have that. And you can edit it and erase and fill. You can just remove it. So if I would double click this, edit, erase and fill, boom, it'll completely remove it. So that's all, this whole area, it will then be removed. So it's additives to selection. So if I would double click this and double click this, it would be complete. It would add this to this selection. Okay, the selection thing is something nice to get used to. I suggest you play around with these settings because you can have thickness checks. Is it thick enough? Okay, it has all these areas here. It has it finds the thickness there, and for, let me just inspector, it found some problems. These are all the problems it finds. You can click on these globes to fix the problems, or you can just auto repair all. And now I see it did something weird with the support. Okay, but let's just go to the printing bit. Okay, valid supports. Okay, that's strange. It doesn't look like valid supports to me, but let me just remove all supports and then generate support. All right, let's just regenerate the support from this menu here. And there it is. And now this is 3D printable. And as you can see, lots of support. So I hope you enjoyed this this workshop. If all is well, you should be able to print something of your own design at this moment. And Well, that's it.